Hi children, good morning everyone. In the previous session, we started the lesson Bahmani Adil Shahs, isn't it? It's in the part of history part, right? It's a second lesson in your history part and we started this lesson in the last class, okay? So we discussed about the establishment of this kingdom and then location of this kingdom and also prominent kings. Who are the prominent kings in that kingdom? So let me recall that few things about that, children. Bahmani kingdom was established in the year 1347. Yes? And who was the founder of Bahmani kingdom? Alauddin Hasan Gangu Bahman Shah. He was the founder of Bahmani kingdom. And then where it was located? Where it was established? Bahmani kingdom was established in the northern part of Vijayanagara Empire. Vijayanagara Empire is also one of the contemporary kingdom of Bahmani kingdom. So in the same time or in the next decade of Vijayanagara Empire, Bahmani kingdom was also established in the north part of Vijayanagara kingdom. And then the border between Vijayanagara kingdom and Bahmani kingdom is Krishna river. We all know that route. Next, this Bahmani kingdom consists of some parts of Karnataka, Maharashtra and Andhra Pradesh. It means present Telangana state. These states, some parts of these states were consisting in Bahmani kingdom. And then who are the prominent kings of Bahmani kingdom? The beginning prominent kings are important kings. Who are the important kings of Bahmani kingdom? As we know that every kingdom's founder was one of the important ruler. So that Alauddin Hasan Gangu Bahman Shah, he was the first prominent king as a founder. And then in the last class we discussed about one more prominent sultan, that is Firoz Shah, Tajuddin Firoz Shah. And then Ahmad Shah, also one of the prominent king in Bahmani kingdom, and then Muhammad Shah III. They were the prominent kings of Bahmani kingdom. So among them we already discussed about Firoz Shah or Tajuddin Firoz Shah. He was famous as Tajuddin Firoz Shah. He built a new city in his ruling area, that is Firozabad, isn't it children? So then so many achievements he did in his period and we all know that. So in the present class or in this class we are going to learn about one more ruler's period, that is one of the important king among them, that is Muhammad Shah III. In his ruling period, his army or his prime minister, whose name was Muhammad Gawan. In the period of Muhammad Shah III, Muhammad Shah III was the Sultan of Bahmani kingdom. When he was a Sultan in Bahmani kingdom, his prime minister, that is Muhammad Gawan, he was a famous administrator. In the period of Muhammad Shah, Muhammad Gawan was a prime minister of Muhammad Shah. But for the namesake only, Muhammad Shah was in that region as a king. But whole rules or the administration power is with Muhammad Gawan. It means Muhammad Gawanane ಎಲ್ಲ ಅಡ್ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟ್ರೇಷನ್ ಪವರ್ ಅನ್ನು ಹೊಂದಿದ್ದ. ಅಂದರೆ ಅವನ ಆಡಳಿತವನ್ನು ಮುಹಮ್ಮದ್ ಶಾ ಹೆಸರಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಮುಹಮ್ಮದ್ ಗವಾನ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಆಡಳಿತವನ್ನು ನಡೆಸಿಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದ. ಓನ್ಲಿ ಫಾರ್ ದ ನೇಮ್ಸೇಕ್ ಮುಹಮ್ಮದ್ ಶಾ ಆಸ್ ಎ ರೂಲರ್, ಬಟ್ ಹೋಲ್ ರೂಲಿಂಗ್ ಪವರ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ವಿತ್ ಮುಹಮ್ಮದ್ ಗವಾನ್, ಹೂ ಈಸ್ ದ ಪ್ರೈಮ್ ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಆಫ್ ಮುಹಮ್ಮದ್ ಶಾ III. Do you understand children? Yes. So few facts about Muhammad Gawan we have to learn in this class, children. Muhammad Gawan was one of the prominent person in Bahmani kingdom. In the whole Bahmani kingdom, Muhammad Gawan was one of the prominent ruler, and also basically he was a Persian. Muhammad Gawan was a Persian. Basically he was a Persian. It means he belongs to Persian country. And then, but very honest person, very honest administrator. He was worked as a prime minister in the region of Muhammad Shah III. And then few factors about Muhammad Gawan, what we are going to learn here, that is what are the achievements he did in his period. He ruled in the period of 1463 to 1481. In between this period, he ruled a Bahmani kingdom. And then, what are the achievements he did in that period? We have to know here, children. Then, in the beginning, he captured many places in Vijayanagara Empire. He captured Kalburgi, Belagavi, and then Goa from Vijayanagara Empire. What are the achievements of Muhammad Gawan? He captured Kalburgi, Belagavi, and Goa in the beginning from Yarinda, Vijayanagara Empire. So they were the contemporary kingdom ಅಂತ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಅಂದರೆ ಸಮಕಾಲೀನ ಸಾಮ್ರಾಜ್ಯ. ಅವರು ನಾರ್ದರ್ನ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಲ್ಲಿ ಬಹಮನಿ ಕಿಂಗ್ಡಮ್ ಆಳ್ವಿಕೆ ನಡೆಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಸದರ್ನ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಲ್ಲಿ ವಿಜಯನಗರ ಎಂಪೈರ್ ಅವರು ಆಳ್ವಿಕೆಯನ್ನು ನಡೆಸ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ Muhammad Gawan, when he come to the power, in the beginning he captured Kalburgi, Belagavi and Goa from Vijayanagara Empire, and they followed Islamic laws. Muhammad Gawan and his citizens followed Islamic laws. Basically they were Muslims, so they were followed Islamic laws. Laws means ಅದರ ಕಾನೂನುಗಳನ್ನು ರೀತಿ ರಿವಾಜುಗಳನ್ನು ಫಾಲೋ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. And then they encouraged revenue and postal services. Muhammad Gawan encouraged revenue and postal services. Revenue means land revenue or some other revenues like taxes. And then fixed taxes on the basis of land's facility, fertility and the irrigation facility. They have to fix the taxes. Fixed the taxes on the basis of land. They fixed the taxes on the basis of land fertility. ಭೂಮಿಯ ಫಲವತ್ತತೆಯ ಆಧಾರದ ಮೇಲೆ ಅವರು ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ರೆವೆನ್ಯೂ ಅನ್ನು ಅಥವಾ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಫಿಕ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು. ಭೂಮಿ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಫಲವತ್ತಾಗಿದ್ರೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಹೈ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಫಿಕ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು. ಭೂಮಿ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕೆಳಮಟ್ಟದಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ರೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದರ ಫರ್ಟಿಲಿಟಿ ಲೆವೆಲ್, ಅದರ ಫಲವತ್ತತೆಯ ಮಟ್ಟ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಇತ್ತು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಅದರ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಅನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು. ಸೊ ಬೇಸ್ಡ್ ಆನ್ ದ ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಫರ್ಟಿಲಿಟಿ ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಫಿಕ್ಸ್ ದ taxes. And then they encourage postal services also. Then tax was collected by cash only. How they collect the tax? Through the cash only. They have to collect the taxes through cash, because before that some other kingdoms we know that they collect the taxes via products. ಲೈಕ್ ಅವ್ರು ಏನು ಬೆಳೆಗಳನ್ನು ಬೆಳೆದಿರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು ಆ ಬೆಳೆಗಳನ್ನೇ ಕಂದಾಯವಾಗಿ ಅಥವಾ ರೆವಿನ್ಯೂ ಆಗಿ ಪಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು. ಬಟ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಬಹಮನಿ ಕಿಂಗ್ಡಮ್ ದೇ ಕಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ದ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಸ್ ಥ್ರೂ ಕ್ಯಾಶ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ. ದೆನ್ he founded madrasa. It's one of the main or major achievement in this period, children. They built madrasa. What is madrasa? Madrasa, it is one of the education center and later it became a university. In the period of Bahmani kingdom or in the period of Muhammad Gawan built an education center, that is madrasa. After some years it will become a university. But when he constructed madrasa, in that time in the Islamic education means Quran, chanting of Quran was taught in this education center, and also some philosophy and then some other subjects were taught here. Then free education facility was there in madrasa. Free education facility, free hostel facility was there to the poor and orphans. madrasa ಒಂದು education center. It is a education center and they facilitated free education and also free hostel facility to the poor and also orphans. ಸೊ ಯಾರು ತುಂಬ ನೀಡಿ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಇರ್ತಾರೋ ಅಂಥವರಿಗೆ ಫ್ರೀ ಎಜುಕೇಷನ್ ಕೂಡ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸಿಗ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದೆನ್ ಅರೌಂಡ್ 3000 ಮ್ಯಾನುಸ್ಕ್ರಿಪ್ಟ್ಸ್ ವರ್ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಇನ್ ದಟ್ ಮದ್ರಸಾ ಲೈಬ್ರರಿ. ಸೊ ಮೊಹಮ್ಮದ್ ಗವಾನ್ ಪೀರಿಯಡಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ಕಾಲದಲ್ಲೇ ಯಾವುದೇ ಪ್ರಿಂಟಿಂಗ್ ಪ್ರೆಸ್ಗಳಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಪ್ರಿಂಟಿಂಗ್ ಮೆಷಿನ್ಸ್ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಕೈಯಲ್ಲೇ ಬರೆದಿದ್ದಂತಹ ಪುಸ್ತಕಗಳ ಪ್ರತಿಗಳು 3000 ಪ್ರತಿಗಳು ಅಲ್ಲಿನ ಲೈಬ್ರರಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇತ್ತು. ಹೌ ಮೆನಿ ಕಾಪೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ದೇರ್ ಇನ್ ದಟ್ ಲೈಬ್ರರಿ ಚಿಲ್ಡ್ರನ್? ದೇರ್ ಆರ್ 3000 manuscripts were presented in the library of madrasa. And then he contributed a lot to the Bahmani kingdom. In his period, Muhammad Gawan was contributed so much to the Bahmani kingdom, so the other kingdoms who were ruled in the surrounding places of Bahmani kingdom, they were jealous about Muhammad Gawan. ಆ್ಯಸ್ ಯೂಶುವಲ್ ಅದು ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಆಗುವಂಥದ್ದೇ. ಒಬ್ಬ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿ ಬೆಳೀತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ, ಅವನು ಹೆಚ್ಚೆಚ್ಚು ಸಾಧನೆಯನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ ಅಂದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಅವನ ಸುತ್ತಮುತ್ತ ಇರುವಂತಹ ರಾಜರುಗಳಿಗೆಲ್ಲ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಆ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಯ ಮೇಲೆ ಅಥವಾ ಆ ರಾಜನ ಮೇಲೆ ಜಲಸಿ ಉಂಟಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಅದೇ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಮೊಹಮ್ಮದ್ ಗವಾನನ ನೇಮ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಫೇಮ್ ಏನು ಹೆಚ್ಚಾಗ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತೋ ಅದನ್ನು ಕಂಡು ಸುತ್ತಮುತ್ತ ಇದ್ದಂತಹ ರಾಜರುಗಳಿಗೆಲ್ಲ ಹೊಟ್ಟೆ ಕಿಚ್ಚು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅವನನ್ನು ಹೇಗಾದರೂ ಮಾಡಿ ತುಳಿಬೇಕು ಅಥವಾ ಅವನನ್ನು ನಾಶ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಅವನಿಗೆ ಎನಿಮೀಸ್ ಕೂಡ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗ್ತಾರೆ. ದೆನ್ ಫೈನಲಿ ಮೊಹಮ್ಮದ್ ಗವಾನ್ ವಾಸ್ ಕಿಲ್ಡ್ ಬೈ ಸಮ್ವನ್. ಯಾರೋ ಒಬ್ಬ ಕ್ರೂರ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಯಿಂದ ಮೊಹಮ್ಮದ್ ಗವಾನ್ ಸಾವನ್ನು ಹೊಂತಾನೆ, ಅಂದರೆ ಈ ರೀತಿಯ ಶತ್ರುಗಳಿಂದಾಗಿ. ಸೊ ದೆನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಹೌ ಹಿ ವಾಸ್ ಕಿಲ್ಡ್ ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು, ದ ಇನ್ನೋಸೆಂಟ್ ಪರ್ಸನ್ ವಾಸ್ ಕಿಲ್ಡ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಮೊಹಮ್ಮದ್ ಗವಾನನ ಟಾಂಬ್ ಅಥವಾ ಅವನ ಸಮಾಧಿಯ ಮೇಲೆ ಬರೆದಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಮಕ್ಕಳು. ಸೊ ಆ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ನಮಗೆ ಮೊಹಮ್ಮದ್ ಗವಾನನ ಟಾಂಬ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ. ದ ಇನ್ನೋಸೆಂಟ್ ಮ್ಯಾನ್ ವಾಸ್ ಕಿಲ್ಡ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಅವನ ಸಮಾಧಿಯ ಮೇಲೆ ಬರೆದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಹೀಗಾಗಿ ನಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಮೊಹಮ್ಮದ್ ಗವಾನ್ ವಾಸ್ ಕಿಲ್ಡ್ ಬೈ ಸಮ್ ಅದರ್ ಪರ್ಸನ್, ಬಟ್ ವಿ ಡೋಂಟ್ ನೋ ಹೂ ಕಿಲ್ಡ್ ಮೊಹಮ್ಮದ್ ಗವಾನ್. But we get the information on the tomb of Muhammad Gawan. So these are the few achievements and the life story of Muhammad Gawan. Next we will move on to the cultural contributions of Bahmani kingdom. Are you understand about Muhammad Gawan, children? Hope you all understood. Otherwise once you pause the video and then rewind it again, you have to play and then listen it, children. So let us move on to the cultural contribution of Bahmani kingdom. All the sultans who ruled under Bahmani Adil Shahs or Bahmani kingdom, they contributed a lot to their kingdoms and they given facilities to their citizens also. So among them they were contributed in many fields. We are classified them into educational field, literature field, and then sculpture and art and architectural field. What are the contributions they given to these fields? We have to learn one by one, children. First we will go with educational field. What are the main contributions they given to the education in their period, in the period of Bahmani kingdom? Majorly they have to encourage Islamic education. Islamic education. They encouraged Islamic education, and then Quran chanting was a part of education in the period of Bahmani kingdom. And then Kalburgi, Bidar, Daulatabad are the education centers. Which are the main education centers, children? Kalburgi, Bidar and Daulatabad. are the main education centers in the period of Bahmani kingdom. These were the education centers, and then already we know that free education system was there in madrasa to the poor and orphans. So they facilitated free education and shelter to the poor. They provided free education and shelter to the poor and orphans. And then Sufi principles, philosophy and Quran was taught in this education centers. Which are the subjects were taught in this center, children? Sufi principles, and then philosophy. Next, Quran. These were the subjects taught in Islamic centers in the period of Bahmani kingdom. So these are the few information about educational contribution under Bahmani kingdom. What are the educational contributions? Once again, they encouraged Islamic education. Majorly they encouraged Islamic education because basically they were Muslims. So that they encouraged or they followed Islamic religion and Islamic education. And then Quran chanting was one of the part in their education system. Then Kalburgi, Bidar, Daulatabad were the main education centers, and also Sufi principles, philosophy and Quran were the teaching subjects in that period, children. Next we will move on to the literature field. Literature. What are the major contributions they given to the literature? So for that, many of the scholars, authors, writers, poets were stayed or get the shelter in the period of Bahmani kingdom or in their courts. They sheltered many philosophers, poets and writers in that kingdom. Among them are Firoz Shah, Muhammad Shah II and Muhammad Gawan were the important writers and poets and also the rulers. They were not only rulers but also they were poets and writers and also philosophers. Who are the rulers and also philosophers, children? Firoz Shah. Firoz Shah was one of the prominent sultan in Bahmani kingdom. He was not only a ruler but also a philosopher and a poet. Similarly, Muhammad Gawan and Muhammad Shah II. And in this period, Persian, Arabic and Urdu literatures were developed. Which are the languages were developed in this period, children? Persian literature, Urdu literature and one more, Arabic literature. These are the literature were developed in the period of Bahmani kingdom. And then great Sufi saint, that is Bande Nawaz, lived in this period. Bande Nawaz, he was one of the main Sufi saint in the period of Bahmani kingdom. He was lived in the period of Bahmani kingdom in that region only, children. And then Dhakkani language was in use. Regional language, as a regional language, Dhakkani was in use. Dhakkani language was a regional language. Later it becomes Urdu language. ಬಿಗಿನಿಂಗ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಲೋಕಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಅಥವಾ ರೀಜನಲ್ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಏನು ಲ್ಯಾಂಗ್ವೇಜ್ ಅನ್ನು ಬಳಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರೋ ಅದನ್ನ ದಕ್ಕನಿ ಲ್ಯಾಂಗ್ವೇಜ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಕರೀತಾ ಇದ್ರು. ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ಸಮ್ ಇಯರ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಲೇಟರ್ ಸ್ಟೇಜಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಬಿಕಮ್ಸ್ ಉರ್ದು ಲ್ಯಾಂಗ್ವೇಜ್. ಅದು ಉರ್ದು ಲ್ಯಾಂಗ್ವೇಜ್ ಆಗಿ ಬದಲಾವಣೆಯನ್ನ ಹೊಂದುತ್ತೆ. ಇಟ್ ಡೆವಲಪ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಉರ್ದು ಲ್ಯಾಂಗ್ವೇಜ್. ಸೊ ದೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ದ ಫ್ಯೂ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಲಿಟರೇಚರ್ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ we will move on to the art and architecture of Bahmani kingdom. ಆರ್ಕಿಟೆಕ್ಚರ್. ಸೊ ಕಲೆ ಮತ್ತು ವಾಸ್ತುಶಿಲ್ಪ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಯಾವ್ಯಾವ ಏನೇನು ಅವರು ಕೆತ್ತನೆಗಳನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿಸಿದ್ರು, ಕಟ್ಟಡಗಳನ್ನು ಕಟ್ಟಿಸಿದ್ರು. ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಇನ್ ಹಿಂದೂ ರೂಲರ್ಸ್ ದೇ ಕನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಟೆಡ್ ಟೆಂಪಲ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಬಿಲ್ಡಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ ದಟ್. Similarly in Bahmani kingdom they constructed masjids and some of the educational centers, and they used their own style in their constructions. What kind of style they used in their constructions we will come to know here, children. So important sculpture and architecture of this period are monuments in Bidar, Kalburgi and other places. Where we get the main monuments in the period of Bahmani kingdom, we get the major constructions in the place of Kalburgi, Bidar and some other places. ಬಹಮನಿ ಸಾಮ್ರಾಜ್ಯದ ಕಲೆ ಮತ್ತು ವಾಸ್ತುಶಿಲ್ಪವನ್ನು ನಾವು ಹೆಚ್ಚಾಗಿ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತ ಅಂದರೆ ಕಲಬುರ್ಗಿ ಮತ್ತು ಬೀದರ್ ಜಿಲ್ಲೆಯಲ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ ಕಲಬುರ್ಗಿ ಮತ್ತು ಬೀದರ್ ಜಿಲ್ಲೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಕನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಷನ್ಸನ್ನು ಬಹಮನಿ ಕಿಂಗ್ಡಮ್ಸ್ ಅವರು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ದೇ ವರ್ ಕನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಟೆಡ್ ಇನ್ Indo-Islam style. So their construction style is Indo-Islamic style. So we have a different construction styles, children. Indo-Sarsanic, Indo-Islamic, Dravidian style. These were the styles of constructions. ಅಂದರೆ ಅವರು ಕಟ್ಟುವಂಥ ಕಟ್ಟಡಗಳ ರಚನೆಯ ಆಕಾರಗಳ ಒಂದು ಆಧಾರದ ಮೇಲೆ ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಬೈಫರ್ಕೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಮುಸ್ಲಿಮ್ಸ್ ಅಂದ ತಕ್ಷಣವೇ ಡೋಮ್ ಶೇಪ್ ಕನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ನಮಗೆಲ್ಲ ಕಾಣುತ್ತೆ, isn't it? So where we come to know the dome shape constructions in masjids, isn't it? In Hindus construction styles, gopuras, ಹೌದಲ್ವಾ? ನಾವು ಎಲ್ಲ ದೇವಾಲಯಗಳನ್ನು ಯಾವ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕಟ್ತೀವಿ, ಗೋಪುರಗಳನ್ನು ಟ್ರಯಾಂಗಲ್ ಶೇಪಲ್ಲೇ ನಾವು ಅದನ್ನು ಕೆತ್ತನೆಯನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಅಂದರೆ ತಳಭಾಗ ಅಗಲ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಬಟ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ 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 ಅದೇನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಶಾರ್ಪ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಆ ರೀತಿಯ ಕನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಷನ್ಸು ಹಿಂದೂ ಟೆಂಪಲ್ಸ್ಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ನೋಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಬಟ್ ಮುಸ್ಲಿಂ ಸ್ಟೈಲ್ಸ್ ಕನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಷನ್ಸನ್ನು ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಇನ್ ಡೋಮ್ ಶೇಪ್. ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಇಸ್ಲಾಮಿಕ್ ಕನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಷನ್ ಸ್ಟೈಲ್ ಅಂತಲೇ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದೆನ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಫೆಮಿಲಿಯರ್ ಆ್ಯಸ್ ದಖನಿ ಸ್ಟೈಲ್. ಅಂದರೆ ದಕ್ಷಿಣದಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿಯಾದಂತಹ ಕನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಷನ್ ಇತ್ತು, ದಖನಿ ಸ್ಟೈಲ್ ಈಸ್ ಒನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಕನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಷನ್ ಸ್ಟೈಲ್. ದಿಸ್ Indo-Islam style is also familiar to that style because this kingdom is also established in Deccan or in the southern India. So that this style is called as Indo-Islam style. And then Jamia Masjid of Kalburgi, built by Muhammad Shah, it was one of the first construction of Bahmani kingdom. Bahmani kingdom alle motta modala construction yavadu mukla, that is Jamia Masjid which is constructed in Kalburgi. The major constructions we can come to see that in the places of Kalburgi and Bidar, isn't it? Similarly, the first construction of Bahmani kingdom, that was Jamia Masjid, it was in Kalburgi. And then the major attractions are here in that masjid. It means meeting hall and also with small domes. So ಜಾಮಿಯಾ ಮಸ್ಜಿದಲ್ಲಿ ಮೀಟಿಂಗ್ ಹಾಲ್ ಮತ್ತು ಏನು ಡೋಮ್ ಶೇಪ್ನ ಕನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ, ದೋಸ್ ವರ್ ವೆರಿ ಅಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟಿವ್. ಸೊ ಅವೆಲ್ಲವೂ ಕೂಡ ತುಂಬ ಅಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಆಗಿದೆ, ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ನೋಡೋದಕ್ಕೂ ಕೂಡ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಮೇಜರ್ ಅಟ್ರಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಪ್ಲೇಸಸ್ ಇನ್ ಜಾಮಿಯಾ ಮಸ್ಜಿದ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಡೋಮ್ಸ್ ವರ್ ದ ಮೇಜರ್ ಕನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಷನ್ ಸ್ಟೈಲ್ ಆಫ್ Indo-Islamic style. And some other places are where the Bahmani kingdoms constructed their monuments, like Bidar. In Bidar they constructed Sola Kamba Mosque in Bidar, and also 12 tombs of Asthur near Bidar. ಬೀದರ್ನ ಹತ್ತಿರದಲ್ಲೇ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು 12 ಟಾಂಬ್ಸ್ಗಳನ್ನು ಅವರು ಕನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ದೀಸ್ ವರ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಫೇಮಸ್ ಮಾನ್ಯುಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ Bahmani kingdom. And very important construction of Bahmani kingdom was one of the education center, that is Madrasa. Madrasa was the very important construction in the period of Bahmani kingdom, which was constructed in the place of Bidar itself, and then which was constructed by Muhammad Gawan. And in that madrasa constructed like it is 242 feet width. Madrasada construction hegide, it is 242 feet width, and then 222 or 222 feet long, 222 feet long, and then 56 feet height. So madrasada construction 56 feet height ಇದೆ. ಅದರ ಲೆಂತ್ ಏನಿದೆ, ಆ ಲೆಂತ್ 222 ಲೆಂತ್ ಇದೆ. ದೆನ್ ವಿಡ್ತ್ ಬಂದು 242 ಫೀಟ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ. 242 feet width, 222 feet long, and 56 feet height of madrasa. And then it was constructed through 3-storied buildings. It was constructed with 3-storied buildings. It is more than 5 centuries old building. Madrasa is one of the very oldest building in South India, that is 5 centuries years, 5 centuries old building. It was constructed 500 years ago. So that these are the major contributions of Bahmani kingdom, children, in the educational field and literary field and art and architectural field. So hope you all understood this lesson, children. If you have any doubts, please call me and clarify this. Thank you. Meet you in the next class, children.